Welcome to the SVG Television News for Wednesday, April 1st. I'm KAHLIL with the details. Chief Education Officer Gilchrist has lauded the role the assessment framework played in the results of the scholastic achievements of students who wrote the May-June 2014 Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC and the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment CPEA examinations. While addressing the National Award Ceremony for the recognition of the scholastic achievements of the students earlier today at the Methodist Church Hall, the Chief Education Officer said the performance of the students was more than satisfactory.
In every case where students' performance is assessed over time using a variety of assessments, their performance is at the end always better than it is when the performance is assessed using a single type of assessment. We promised that a greater proportion of our students will perform at a higher standard. Did our students deliver? Yes, they did. And so this year we are presenting just over 1,800 students for the CPEA. Last year we presented 1,934 students. And their performance was more than satisfactory.
Meanwhile, Leslie Jack, Chief Executive Officer of Lime, who sponsored the event, commended the students on being the top performers and told them that while having a competitive nature is necessary for growth, real development begins with self-improvement.
You're here today because you put in the effort, you have persevered, and came out stronger on the other side. But as you move ahead in your studies and in your lives, I want to ask you to continue to work hard, seeking only to outdo yourself. While competition is good, you might want to outdo the other person. One of the things, the discussions I do have with my staff from time to time is, look, you need to do better or be better than who you were yesterday. It's all good and well to try and outdo the other person, but one of the simple ways to get ahead is be better today than who you were yesterday. Be better tomorrow than who you are today. So as you look to go ahead in life, I encourage you to try and outdo yourself.
Among the awards distributed were the top performer in each secondary and primary school, along with the top male and female performers after remediation. The Ministry of National Mobilization, in collaboration with the OECS Commission and USAID, commenced SVG's first Youth Mentorship Conference today, themed Mentoring Matters, Mentoring Works. Addressing the opening at the NIS training room, Minister of National Mobilization Frederick Stephenson says the conference seeks to to respond to the challenges and recommendations from the Juvenile Justice Reform Project. Stephenson adds that it is not their hope to separately use mentoring as a restorative practice in child justice matters, but in all issues that affect the lives of children and young people, the family, and by extension, the society.
To develop a national mentorship program, as is the goal today, as we have attempted with the parenting program stakeholders, as well as the court diversion program sector, we must address the issues as though they are inextricably linked, cross-cutting, and mutually inclusive. Mentors can emerge from all spheres of life, but the key connecting principle to birthing such a philosophy is rehabilitation, empowerment, or reform of people for mentees to become mentors. Hence the importance of the Juvenile Justice Reform, which hopes to deliver by June this year the passing of the child justice legislation that seeks to acknowledge diversion and detention as a rewarding and restorative alternative for at-use risk, the opening and operationalization of the Rehabilitation and Therapeutic Assessment Center at Liberty Lodge, as well as the launching of the National Court Diversion Program, which features programs available at all state and non-state institutions that seek to rehabilitate risk at youth over a period of time.
Minister Stephenson says the fundamental imperative in launching the mentorship conference today coincides with the National Child Abuse and Awareness Month of activities dubbed Break the Silence campaign.
Year of Awareness would not only focus on the month of April, where 6 community campaign workshops will be conducted in the communities of Layou, Georgetown, Sharps, Spring Village, Mesopotamia, and Baibu on April 8th and 20th. Also, a poster competition on child and sexual abuse in the schools using art therapy, master training of the first cohort of child protection practitioners on April 13, from the period April 13 to 17th, and a climax with a child protection 2-day conference, launching the reformed child protection agenda and system on between the period April 27th and 28th this year. Instead, these activities in April will be used as a piloted platform for long-term training of all personnel across agencies inclusive of the national security sector for 2015-2016.
Meanwhile, Government Senator Luke Browne says mentorship has made a vast difference in his life and explains that one of the most valuable assets in one's career is a good mentor.
It does help young entrepreneurs start and run their own businesses. The studies have shown that entrepreneurs are more likely to succeed if they have good mentoring relationships. Although mentoring is most common in business, some medical universities have mentoring programs for students, yet others have mentoring programs for their junior faculty. There are academic mentoring programs and also mentoring programs for at-risk youth. There is a mentoring possibility to suit everyone. If individuals have good mentors, they get the experience of a lifetime and from their interaction with them. However, we are alive to the fact that some mentors may be bad. I took it upon myself, and related to this is the fact that you have mentors even within gangs, for instance, and they exert bad influences. So we have a responsibility to make sure that they are positive mentors for the young people.
Senator Browne says he is sometimes discouraged that there are not enough persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who are willing to be good mentors to the youth of the nation.
Sure that all the youth have the support they need through mentoring relationships to succeed at home, school, and ultimately at work. I'm really looking forward to the objectives of this conference being met and to further involvement in the molding of youth within this country. The benefits of mentoring programs are many. They are not restricted to any particular class. Rather, they have a profound effect on persons in all areas of their lives. Together, we will make it better for all our mentees, and our mentors will find fulfillment in the fact that they share their experience and expertise for the benefit of others. In doing this, we realize that one size does not fit all, and it is necessary to use psychology, creativity, and insight in delivering our program.
Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves is assuring Vincentians that the proper mechanism for the selection of persons to be treated with the Herbipot P drug will be carried out. The Prime Minister says the Health Department is ensuring that the necessary assessment is conducted. He says the viral treatment cost $370 per patient, and those suffering from severe foot ulcers may need 2 to 4 treatments per week. According to PM Gonsalves, while the government will be compassionate to those who cannot afford the treatment, it is incumbent on persons who can to make a contribution.
If you don't have anything, you have nothing. If you're so poor that you can't make a contribution, you can't make a contribution. It's as simple and straightforward as that we will bear the cost. But clearly, if you have the means, you know, equity and good neighborliness suggests that you should bear some of this cost.
Meanwhile, Cuban Ambassador Luis Castillo Campos has renewed his government's commitment to assist with the development of this country. Ambassador Castillo says he is impressed with the initiative taken by the government in looking out for the health of citizens.
To this object, we will continue to work in order to reinforce this collaboration that, as the Prime Minister said, has been take place for several sectors, and we will continue to work on that in order to strengthen this bilateral relation. For the well-being of the people in St. Vincent and the Grenadine, and also for the health of the relationships between Cuba and St. Vincent.
Fire in Kingstown this afternoon destroys a dwelling house and a business. We have this and other local stories coming up. A fire in the vicinity of Longwall in Kingstown earlier today completely destroyed a dwelling home and a business. According to residents, the fire, which started in a house which was occupied by 3 individuals, then spread to a business next door, which was burnt to the foundation. The fire then caught on to another house, but was put out by the fire department before any further damage was done. Speaking to SVG-TV News, operator of the affected business, Elvis says that at the time of the fire, he was not in the vicinity.
Well, as I say, basically, I was over at my father's house in Stony Grounds, which I'm preparing for his birthday because he's going to be 101 tomorrow. And I was trying to organize his birthday stuff. I got a phone call from someone telling me that my house is on fire. I came up, I saw this building already flat, and then this one was still on fire. So I had to go in and try put it out. Basically, the other one, everything inside is gone.
Could you tell me like some of the stuff that you had inside this building?
Well, as I say, I'm a professional musician, so I have basically my equipments on them, speakers, mixing board, amplifier, laptop, stuff like that.
A shaken Seal says that the fire has taken a toll on him since he was working tirelessly to rebrand his business and to furthermore secure ownership of the property.
As I say, a matter of fact, you see, I just got my $200 because I'm trying to get my pay for the land. So I already get the land bungled out, and I just have my money today to go and pay for the rest of the land, so I can get my surveyor, so I can get my deed for the land. And
how do you feel about this tragic event?
It's stressful, really stressful, because I say I just have the money today for going to pay for the surveying, so I can get my deed for the land. And now having the building, now just finish putting in new woods and stuff like that, just repairing the building over to get business started, and then down the drain, so I'm just a little stressed out right now.
Seal says that though he lost his business, he is still thankful to have a home and commends the fire department for their quick response.
They have a building next door that 3 people is occupying that live in, and I think the fire started from down there and it came all the way up from the first building, then it called on to my other one. Then they called me and told me that my house was on fire. I was over Stony Ground by my father. It took me about 10 minutes to get up here, and then the fire truck was already up here, so I think that was pretty good. I guess if they hadn't been that fast, the other building would have probably thing, but I just got some damage on the building, but it's still livable.
The police force is warning motor vehicle owners here that they will be getting tough with persons who fail to comply with the law. The warning comes from the head of the traffic department, Superintendent Kenneth John, as he updated the nation on Operation Traffic Check Clampdown, a campaign which started on February 1st this year to ensure that motor vehicles registrations are up to date. SOP John disclosed that there have been 957 reports since the operation started. He says that as of March 30th, 580 motor vehicle drivers were ticketed for various traffic offenses, adding that his officers detected 155 unlicensed motor vehicles, 138 uninsured vehicles, and during the period, 84 persons were charged with driving without a license. According to SOP John, 50 drivers were disqualified for holding or obtaining a driver's license for a period of 6 months to 1 year. Also on March 26th, the department started another campaign called Motorcycle Clampdown. The police superintendent says they discovered that a number of motorcycle owners are using registration numbers from other vehicles on their bikes. He says when checks were done, the chassis numbers did not correspond with the registration numbers, hence the reason for the operation. The head of the traffic department is appealing to all motor vehicle owners, including motorcycle owners, to have their vehicles rectified in keeping with the laws of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Earlier today, the National Lotteries Authority paid out $70,000 to the latest Lotto winner. Milton Findlay, who says he has been playing the game for the last 20-plus years, is extremely happy to be the winner of last Friday's draw. The winning ticket with the numbers 4, 9, 13, 30, and 31 was bought at the Cadet Lotto booth in Little Tokyo. Findlay, who is an employee of Star Garage, expressed his joy of winning the money and says that he plans to use it wisely for investment and encourages persons to keep playing the game for a chance to win big.
It's a wonderful thing to win the National Lottery, to win the lottery, jackpot. I'm very happy, I'm delighted. And I can say I will continue to play Lotto and support sport and culture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as long as I have life and strength, and I'm grateful. My intention is to save some, invest some, and use this wisely. My first winning was back in 1994. I won a phone number, so that's a long time. Wow. And I continue playing these numbers for the past 3 years that I won from.
This morning, a 4-year jail term was handed down to Joel McLean, a 27-year-old businessman of Belair, by Chief Magistrate Rayshan Browne Matthias after he pleaded guilty to 4 separate charges of gun and ammunition possession. McLean was arrested and charged following a search warrant that was executed by members of the Rapid Response Unit at his mother's home in Belair. It was during this time that 2 firearms containing 6 rounds of ammunition each were discovered on the premises. When McLean first appeared in court, he pleaded not guilty to the charges. However, when he reappeared yesterday for trial, he pleaded guilty and was very remorseful of his actions. In mitigation, his lawyer, K. Bacchus Gill, asked the court to be lenient with him, owing to the fact that the life of his mother, who is a businesswoman in this country, had been threatened. Bacchus Gill also summoned the representative of Marion House, Wendell Paris, to speak on her client's behalf. She asked that the court not impose a custodial sentence on him. However, the Chief Magistrate said she has to go with the High Court's guidelines by imposing the 4-year jail sentence.